everyone, this is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald, and I am bringing you your love reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the week of July 7th through July 14th, 2022. So as I step into your energy here, of course, Leo, I want to let you know I am using the Light Seers Tarot. That's my favorite deck right now. And the art on this is absolutely stunning. So I really feel, Leo, for you, the word scandalous is kind of coming through. I feel as though there are some things that are happening with you and your love interest that may or may not be very proper, right? Maybe there are some things that are happening that shouldn't be happening. Perhaps there is some sort of third-party situation happening. There could be, some sort of thing happening where you're really not sure that this is exactly what you're wanting, and so you're kind of seeking different opportunities on the side. There's just something happening in the energy here for you, Leo, but we're going to get to the bottom of that, okay? So looking at your cards here, we have the Hanged Man coming in with the Emperor, with the Death and Rebirth, and finally, the Seven of Cups. So really having so many choices, not really knowing what choices you're going to make, really keeping your eyes open, knowing that, you do have to make some sort of a choice, having a new perspective about it all. Got your chess piece in your hand, and you're trying to control what move you're going to make next in this game of love. And then having, of course, new perspective. So, with this, I really feel as though your love interest comes in, the energy with them feels really energetic, okay? I feel as though this person could be really stylish, have a great sense of humor, just so much fun, right? I feel as though they could focus a lot on their appearance. Maybe they're constantly checking themselves out in the mirror. Maybe they're always fixing their hair or something like that. I also feel that for some that this person could be prim and proper. And what I mean by that is that maybe they're very mindful not to swear in front of other people. Maybe they are very chivalrous. Maybe they are always doing good deeds for other people, but very polite overall, and kind of like, somebody who would get very uncomfortable if things were to happen around them, such as somebody being disrespectful to someone who is an elder or something like that. So I feel overall that's the energy that your love interest is coming in with. Now I feel like when I tap into your energy, that this is, an avenue where you feel as though the tides are turning, right? The tides are turning. You are seeing things in a whole new light, right? And I feel like you are kind of trying to start to explore things in a different way, explore love situations, various avenues when it comes to the love department, okay? So you could be exploring different types of people than you've never dated before. You could be exploring different types of physical love that you've never experienced before. You could be exploring expressing yourself differently within the relationship, whether you are embracing different aspects of the love languages, how you express your love, if you are trying to get more comfortable with how you express yourself verbally within the love relationship, whether you're trying to get more comfortable with receiving affection, whether you're trying to get more comfortable receiving tokens of love, whether somebody buys you flowers, maybe that used to make you uncomfortable, and now you're willing to accept that. And it doesn't have to be flowers, right? That's just an example that I used. But that's really what I'm feeling, okay? So as you're exploring all of that, now remember that Leo, very much on the top of their priority list is loyalty and commitment. This is a very high priority. And so as you start to open up, or as you decide to commit to someone or being a part of something, you expect this to be reciprocated, okay? And so if you are going to go into something, you really very much expect to be somebody else's priority. You would never be a side piece, right? And so, I really feel like you're seeing, again, things in a whole new way. So perhaps you are in a situation where you are a side piece, right? And so you are maybe thinking, gosh, this is not necessarily something that I would ordinarily do. But throughout this whole thing, you are learning so much more about yourself, right? And so, your eyes are wide open, right? And so, I feel as though with this Emperor coming in, you're still clinging to the ability or to the desire to want to try to control the outcome, right? Like, I think within a relationship, you get a little bit more comfortable with some sort of an element of predictability where, you want to be showered with affection. You want to be showered with tokens of appreciation. You want to be told how much you're appreciated, right? Again, that's all kind of falling by the wayside if you're not in an actual relationship, a committed relationship, right? And so your emotions are kind of churning here because that's, not a typical, relationship that you might be involved in. And so you are opening, though, new aspects of yourself. You're opening yourself to new aspects of yourself. You are learning about yourself. And so it's like reigniting some of your passions or igniting them entirely, right? And so as a result of this, I feel like, this emotion that's been building inside, it's this more like fiery energy, like to get it done. And I feel like now more than ever, you're expecting yourself to not settle for anything less than you deserve. Okay, and that's really where I feel like you're wondering what else is out there, and should I be in this situation? What can I do, right? But you are exploring. You're kind of lifting these cups up, seeing, okay, all right, well, I see the snake is under that one. That's not cool. You're looking for the diamond, right? And so you're just kind of peeking under things, right? And as you peek under them, you're paying attention to how you're feeling, how you feel within that, right? And so you are allowing yourself to grow just a bit. This is focused on your aspects of self. Now, moving into the energy of your love interest, we have Nine of Swords. So this is someone who's like awake at night, has a little bit of anxiety. Now notice I was very drawn to the birds. 8 of them are black, 1 of them is white. All right, now that white could be that transformation that they need, bringing things into the light, from the shadow to the light, to heal and to transform. That's really what I'm noticing there. But Spirit explained it more like a bright spot in their life, and I'm going to get to that. But 2 of Pentacles, having to possibly balance, juggle, make a choice, right? King of Cups, sitting in their feels, and then Temperance, and you can see one looks like the moon, and one looks like the sun, right? Divine feminine, divine masculine. Again, like dark and light situation. So what I feel with this is more of like a typical type of romance situation possibly for this person. But that's not to say that they aren't experiencing some sort of a whirlwind of emotions, and it's kind of making them uncomfortable, and that's where some of this anxiety, I think, comes in. But I also feel that as a result of their actions, they could be harboring a little bit of resentment to themselves and to the person that they are currently with or have broken up with, right, from their just past love. And I feel as though, you know, this self-resentment, it's like a self-loathing, right? They're almost really overwhelmed with the fact that they have done what they've done, and it hurts their feelings, and they couldn't believe that they did such a thing, that kind of thing, right? And so ultimately, though, in the end, the only way out of this is for them to make a choice, right? And, you know, I really feel as though it's almost like they like to think that they are acting with honor and integrity. So it's almost like they're in their mind, they're reasoning with themselves. Like, they're pointing out to themselves in their mind, like, well, I did such and such a thing, and that was super nice, and I didn't have to, but I did it, and it was really nice. And so they're pointing out to themselves, like, the good things that they've done for that person to, like, make themselves feel better, right? And they're putting a lot of weight on that, right? They're assigning a lot of value or importance to that, like, one thing or two things that they've done. And then, you know, saying that that's so important, and, you know, where would they be without me if I hadn't done that type of thing. And they're assigning so much value to it. It's really, like, not even that big of a deal, though, right? They're assigning so much more value than it really is worth, right? Especially if you are comparing into the actions that they have completed, right, toward that person. It would hurt their feelings. And so ultimately, I do feel like when this person does make a choice, once they make a choice, it's like that's when they transform, though. That's when their lives become so much lighter, because their energy will feel lighter. They'll feel more light. There'll be no self-loathing energy that they're sitting in, right? And then that's when they can become that white bird, right? They can become that light form of themselves. And that's when that whole healing type energy comes in, right, with that Temperance card. Because then it's all over but that healing for both parties. And so once that happens, that's that bright spot in their life. That's when they feel like, gosh, this is like the light at the end of the tunnel. And so the question would be then posed to you, Leo, do you want to be the person that's kind of like waiting in the wings for this person? And do you want that person to come to you as some sort of almost like damaged goods, right? Because they'll have a healing phase that they have to go through, as well as a result of getting out of that situation. Now, outcome and advice we have here, Leo, the Empress, which Spirit says, you know, the world is your oyster, and any opportunities that you are willing to see through, they, of course, you know, will support you because there's free will. Ultimately, though, we have Six of Swords, which appears to be moving out of rough waters into the Ten of Swords, right? And so I do feel like this is nothing to balk at, right? Whatever that saying is. I do feel like there's no use in resisting this. I do feel like there is purpose in moving through this in terms of the value that you get in the exploration of different aspects of yourself and different parts of you highlighted as a result of loving, right? And how you love and how you express your love and how you give and receive love, right? So there's this exploration of self that's transpiring through all of this. I do not see this as something that will be long term. Okay, so I have to say that. I mean, I think that if this is something that, should you pursue it after they make a choice, I just don't feel like it's something that will last for very long. I do feel like it is something that is meant to help to get you what you need in terms of like knowledge and growth, to help you to rise up just enough to get you to an energetic space that you are now calling in new energy, and it really will just usher you into this whole new chapter of love, and this whole new chapter of where you're going in terms of love in that aspect. So I think it's a really great thing, Leo. So just follow your heart, see it through, and follow your intuition, you know. That will never steer you down the wrong path. So pay attention to how you're feeling throughout all of that. As always, if you're interested in your own reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can always book a session with me at the Square site pinned in the description box below here on YouTube, or if you're catching me on Facebook on my business page, it's pinned at the top of the page, or you can simply email me at enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com. As always, I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. And until next time, please be kind to one another. Take care. Thank you.